Good evening and welcome along to Wednesday night's Celtic Unrestricted View podcast. My name is JP and joining me tonight is my good man, Mr. Ryan Clifford. Well, Ryan, we have another juicy one lined up, mate. It is Celtic in Europe again, mate. As the topic says, Europa changes, mate. We know one of definitely, Julien Arajuo has been left home in Glasgow. He is fitting well, however, there will be changes made in that department, mate. First of all, very good evening, mate. Hope you're well. And in terms of the changes, mate, I think that might be one of many, buddy.
Yeah, all good, mate. Good to be back on. It's good to see potentially that he won't be playing because obviously every game's important at Celtic, but the grand scheme of things, the way this season's been, Sunday's probably more important than Stuttgart away, and normally you never say that. It's just the way that things are panned out. So Arajuo, there's generally no point in even him only playing. Don't ask him. So I think he'll be, as you mentioned, mate, one of many changes that I'd like to think would be happening. But yeah, we'll find out obviously tomorrow night what change will be made and who'll be maybe getting a chance. Maybe it could be someone, if you want to call, I don't like the word fringe players, but I'll just use it because that's what people call it. If you want to say squad players, fringe players, this might be the last chance to maybe put yourself in the team sheet for Sunday or maybe keep myself at Celtic Park, mate. So even though in terms of maybe the tie, listen, the tie's not finished in terms of it's still doable, but realistically, do I really see you scoring 3 or 4 goals in Stuttgart? Probably no. But listen, football is football, anything can happen, so we'll see how we go. But no, I think the grand scheme of things, mate, Sunday's most important, and Arajuo being fully fit and firing at Ibrox is probably more important, mate, than tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I actually thought you were going to go on and say there that the tie's no finished, that we could get beat 8 or 9-1 in aggregate.
Listen, we could. We could.
I was waiting on that coming there. I was kind of toying with that idea in my head there, as if where is he going with this when you said that there? But no, listen. Obviously, I heard a wee bit of the audio earlier. I've not actually seen his interview yet. I've just been really, really busy today doing other things, but I heard a bit of his audio earlier, Ryan, and obviously he talks about Julien Arajuo's been left in Glasgow. I also seen another video earlier on Joe Hart's getting serenaded with the Celtic fans on a plane. So I don't know if we could maybe get Big Joe in a short-term contract. Casper's carrying a shoulder injury. Is Big Joe fit and available? If you're big man, put your hand up. It was one of the ones he was doing that. So, yeah, all kidding aside, mate, Stan Petrov obviously does an interview as well. I think it's for one of the boys for, I don't know if it's Scotland Today or, I can't remember what the interview was. If anybody in the comments that's seen it, you can maybe correct me if I was wrong there with Scotland Today, but the guy actually says to Stan, Ryan, in terms of changes, what would you do, Stan? And he says, I'd make 11 changes and I'd totally change the team because, like you mentioned, just as you said that there, Sunday's a priority, mate. Tomorrow night, it's became, I feel actually terrible for saying this. Probably the first time I've been a Celtic fan ever in my life. I'm at the point where European football's now going to become a hindrance for us this season, just slightly. I know it's always good to play in Europe and stuff, but you're 4-1 down for the first leg, mate. Unless something really miraculous happens, man, I don't see us going over there and winning 3-0 or 4-0 or whatever it may be to get us through the tie, mate. So it is one of those ones, mate. I think priorities need to take over here, and Martin needs to use his experience there as a manager in order to try and make sure some of the guys are, fit and healthy going into Sunday.
Obviously, listen, it'd be, you might not qualify, but even try and win the game, JP, would be positive.
Yeah.
I don't see us no conceding. I just need to be honest. The way we're defending the now and the way we're playing, I don't see us no conceding. I can see us scoring, but I can't see us no conceding, and that's why I'm thinking even if it was 3-1, I would probably still say the tie's probably just about nearly finished because of that.
Yeah.
I know we've been to Atalanta and done well, and listen, another performance like that, who knows? But I think sometimes we need to take away what we think about a club in terms of Celtic. We're Celtic fans. We need to kind of look at it as a football aspect, and realistically, the tie is probably finished. But listen, I really hope that by when about this time tomorrow night, or a few hours' time after this tomorrow night, I'm absolutely wow, Jesus. I'd love that to happen. I'd love it to happen, right. But just my own football, and I like to think I've got a brain to some capacity. My football brains tell me Celtic are going to probably get a few goals against us tomorrow, and we're probably going to walk out with a few goals against us. But just I'm only going by being at the Stuttgart game with yourself and other people over there watching us recently. You just can't see us no conceding chances. But in terms of the changes, mate, well, interesting to see the changes. I'd imagine that they will make changes. Martin's very experienced, so Maloney in terms of how long he's been in football. These guys will know what guys might need a bit more rest, what guys will need to be fully fit for Sunday. So hopefully the right guys get swapped out, and hopefully some of the guys that come in maybe even put themselves out there, mate, if a game is Sunday, or just to say, listen, I've not away yet and I'm still here.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It is an opportunity for, like you say, some of the boys that, this term, squad players that people would normally say. And I think it's, it's an opportunity for guys who maybe don't get in the first 11. I mean, we might even get to see guys like Amadou. He might start the game tomorrow night for us. I know he's one of the ones that did come in, along with Big Tam and Arajuo, but we know Arajuo's not going to be there. So I would imagine there'll be changes there. It's just a shame that, maybe Nvuka and Benji Arthur never get selected either, because it's, we might have saw some of these guys getting an opportunity tomorrow. And it is a game. It's probably one of those games, Ryan, I think you could get away with that, because you've got to use your squad that's within your squad that you've submitted. So we might even see Arajuo start the game, and then come off. Kieran Tierney might not start. He might start with Saraki. It's probably a game. I think I spoke to you about this earlier on the phone, mate. It's probably a game tomorrow night. I wouldn't start Liam Scales, because we're now at the point where something happens to Liam Scales. You've got a big game at the weekend. And I know these big games, there's been on both sides previously in previous years, there's been worries, there's been injuries. I mean, we all worried about Lee Griffiths being injured in the derby when it was Brendan's first proper derby at Celtic Park. Musa Dembele scored a hat-trick that day, Ryan. And that was sort of Musa. I know he'd scored one or two goals prior in the Astana game and prior to that, but that was kind of when he announced himself properly to the Celtic fans, Ryan. And after that, mate, he didn't look back. He became the main man after that. So like that flip in terms of an opportunity, someone could be there to grab that. Will he start Anthony Ralston? Will he start Kobe Donovan? These are all questions that will be left for the manager. Again, he might play Austin Trusty, because Austin Trusty's now suspended for the weekend. So he might play him alongside like Dane Murray. He could do that. I hope he doesn't go with Liam Scales. I really do. I hope he doesn't play Big Scalesy because of the game on Sunday. I would try and get as many as my 11 that I would probably play on Sunday out the team. I agree with Stan Petrov. I would make 11 changes, because in all honesty, Ryan, you're on to hiding to nothing. Big Ange did it against Real Betis. And we beat them at Celtic Park. No. Your big mate was playing that night. Osaze Uragidi.
Aye.
The flying, people were calling him the flying Danny McGrain that night, and you were kind of going, where is people's heads, like what's going on? But we actually beat Real Betis with him in our team. And that's you were kind of the mindset that he wasn't the best of players, which probably everybody would, or most people would agree with. However,
I think I said worse than that.
If anybody knows that lineup, if anybody is in the comments, this would be interesting. If anybody's in the comments tonight, can you put that line up into the comments?
I'm
if
sure
anybody
it was.
Can get that, if anybody can, because Liam Scales was part of the Celtic team that night, or not?
Was Liam Scales no left back?
I think he might have been, mate. I'm pretty sure.
It was
I'm
McCarthy,
pretty sure Liam
Shaw
played as well.
McCarthy, Shaw. Did Abada no play?
Yeah.
Who was the other?
It might have been Abada. It might have been. If anybody
Who
in the
was
comments
who was
knows
the
the
other
team, put
winger?
it in it, because I think this was interesting.
And Ayeti was up front. Did he get a hammy injury?
Wasn't he? It was Ayeti, that's right, because he came off injured, and then Kyogo got brought on. Remember?
Who was the other winger?
Was it Mikey Johnston?
It might have been, but it was a patched up. It was Stephen Welsh and somebody at the back.
It would have been Stephen Welsh and Beaton.
Aye, might have been that. Might have been Beaton.
Was it Beaton?
Might have been, but it was definitely a patched up team.
Rogic. I'm sure Rogic was in the midfield as well, wasn't he? Was Big Tam not playing then?
Do you know, I'm going to be looking out while we're live.
We've actually got a Big Tam now in the team still. We've always had things about Tams. We've got Big Tam in the team now. We had Big Tam Rogic. So nobody's took me up in this. End in the comments, I says, let us know if you know that team offhand. Nobody's took me up in that one, but well, hopefully somebody will put that in the comments. I'm sure the goalkeeper was
Scott Bain. No,
it was Scott Bain. It might have been actually. Yeah, it might have been. Or was it Barkas?
Yeah. What was the team?
Was it Barkas? Did Barkas play that night?
I'm not sure. Right, here's the team.
People like Collins put it in the thingies there. I know. I think it might have been Barkas, by the way. Something's telling me
Scott Bain, Stephen Welsh, Montgomery, right. Scales, Beaton, Udadidi, Shaw, Sorrell, Abada, Ayeti, and McCarthy. Apparently, according to this.
Jesus.
Stephen Welsh scored. Ewan Henderson came off the bench and scored. And Turnbull came off the bench and scored. Aye.
Did Stephen Welsh not score?
Aye. The bench was Kyogo, Hart, Henderson, Mikey Johnson, Juranovic, McGregor, Dane Murray, Oluemi, Taylor, and Turnbull. Aye, patched up teammate. Aye.
Yeah, there's a team there. So thank you very much, Yvonne. Much obliged. So just to confirm, we had Bain, Uragidi, he was at right back. Beaton, Welsh, Scales, Sorrell, McCarthy, Abada, Shaw, Montgomery, and Ayeti. That team beat Real Betis, folks. There we go. So it just because Celtic might change the team tomorrow night doesn't mean to say that we can't get a result. Now, everybody and their granny's writing Celtic off tomorrow. There's been a few comments in here tonight, Ryan, saying that they think Celtic will get leathered. I don't know if that's a couple of alias accounts that you may hold, Ryan, that you've just decided to type them in yourselves tonight, mate. Because normally when Celtic away from home in Europe, this is normally your go-to. We're going to get beat 5. We're going to get beat 4 now.
I like to think I'm good at my horns, but I'm not that good at multitasking.
I'm probably going to be the most foolish guy in Glasgow tonight, but I'm going to stick with my go-to with us. And I'm actually going to run away. We're going to run away from home. Oh, by the way, we managed to achieve that this season. We beat 5-0.
We did.
I think I'll stick with that just for a laugh, just for something different, you know.
And then when it happens, I told you would do it again.
Well, there we go. See, I'll be happy, Ryan, if we go away and we don't get leathered and we manage to give a good account of ourselves. Even if we manage to lose a game like 2-1 or even draw the game 1 each or whatever, you know, we don't know what kind of Stuttgart team's going to turn up as well. They might think that they've already won the tie. They might think that they're already through, Ryan. So they might not go hell for leather, or they might do it just to try and embarrass us, or, you know, what's your thoughts there? Because I was thinking about this today and I thought, I don't think Stuttgart might they might not put all their energy into it because of what they did last week at Celtic Park, but I know last week a lot of that was some of our own undoing as well. Because I do agree slightly with Martin O'Neill. I thought there was spells of the game, Ryan, that we didn't look far away. But then because we're on headache, mate, with simple mistakes that we keep making. And when that happens, mate, Ryan, the other team doesn't need to play well against you, mate, when your team's effectively not doing the basics well enough.
The majority of your games this season, mate, apart from the Midtjylland game, I would say, has been just about Celtic's mistakes, mate. I've always said, even for Sunday there, I don't mind if you've put all the effort in, you've tried to create chances, you've defended well, but you've just been beat by that bit of quality. I don't mind that. Don't mind getting beat at all. If you've tried the hardest, or you've done well in the game, but you've been beat with a bit of quality, or maybe a slip and bad mistake, or it happens. So fair enough, right? But or a decision that similar to the Liam Scales decision, which we might touch on again with the referees, and that beats you. You don't get that, and then you got up the score. I'm going to swear. Oh fuck's sake! That caused it. Can we score that? We're probably winning the game. So when things like that happen, I can go right. Fair enough. But see when you're in my opinion, I'm not going to accuse players of not trying, but for the naked eye, if it's been some of the games recently, they're definitely not putting in the full extra yards. JP, they're not doing it. It's clear to see. So that's when I don't. That's when I really get.
Ryan, what do you think that's the? What do you think that's the? What's going on then? What do you put that down to? Are you putting it down to a confidence thing with them? Are you putting it down to I don't want to say I don't want to sit here tonight and just say they're deliberately not trying, because I know that's not true, right? And I can't buy that narrative at all. But do you think that, that comes a point in the game, mate, where if the game's getting stretched and the game's getting away from us, they somehow just come off it and they stop fighting that harder? Or no, Dodgy 74's made a comment there, and I cannot buy that narrative at all, because there's a lot of winners within our ranks, and I just can't. I know what people are saying, Ryan, and I've heard people mention things like that. I just can't buy that narrative, mate, because there's like Callum McGregor, for starters, is the total opposite of what that comment says. Just him in isolation. And then you've got James Forrest and so on and so on. I know these guys are getting on a bit in age, I know they've been there a long time. They're certainly not giving their all. I don't think that's the case, Ryan. But in terms of your comment there, mate, in terms of, not running the extra yards and not doing, are you putting it down to, do you think it's a confidence thing with him, Ryan, because he obviously unearthed under Wilfred Nancy?
Personally, mate, I don't think it's confidence. I'm only thinking in myself when I played. Confidence doesn't make you run more, mate. It doesn't make you tackle. It doesn't make you go and press. Now that's, again, I sat and watched the game in the second half for a bit again. And I don't know what tactics Martin Neil's putting out. I don't know what the game plan is. But whatever it is, they're not following it, mate. They're not following any of it whatsoever. It's generally like watching schoolboy football. See even... I'm not
chasing the ball. There's a big swarm and I'm not chasing the ball.
Anybody who's got kids who go to young football, you'll know what I'm talking about. They just love football. They just go to the ball. It's just, I want to get the ball. And again, I watched it again in the second half. There's 3 or 4 guys got to the ball, which then means the shape's knackered, and that side's got all the space, and that's what caused was at the 3rd or 4th goal in the Stuttgart game, because they all ran to the ball in the middle of the park, one touch, and then Schmeichel again can't dive and then goal. And that's no happened for a long time at Celtic, mate. Under Ange, the shape was regimented. You knew where everybody was going. Even with Rodgers, the shape was always there. We weren't really playing well at the start of the season, but the shape was still kind of there. They knew, mate, there's no shape. So I don't know why that's went. I really don't know why it's went, because it can't be confidence, in my opinion. I just don't know if they're just doing the main thing now. They're just trying things to try and win the game now. That's the way I could be totally wrong, but it's just what I see from my eyes, and I'm really getting frustrated with some of them, JP, because I'm not saying they're not trying, right, and I'm not saying they're deliberately doing it, but they're 100% no putting in full effort, mate, for a football club. It's clear to see. And especially in the second half at tonight, you see that half-hearted jogging, JP. I'd just get off the park. I'd rather put a young boy on who has got no fear and just runs. He might make fouls, he might make mistakes, but at least he's pushing and pushing and pushing. I said that, I think me and you were on last week. Was it last Monday we were on? Or Friday, I can't remember when we were on, but we were talking about it. But see, the press, mate, I don't know why they've stopped doing it. There's generally no pressing, and that's why we're so, I think you mentioned it with you on the other night yourself, we're so easy to play through now, because we're no pressing as a team. So see, I'm only talking for a striker. Other people might think differently, but as soon as I'm the number 9 and I'm going to press, automatically Big Tam, if it's Big Tam, that should trigger the press of the team. He should be the first protocol. If he goes to that side, then they'll all push up. The midfield should be pushing in.
He presses quite well, Ryan. I don't know your thoughts, but I actually think watching him,
he's all right. I think he's good at that, right? So he's gone. But as soon as he goes, then the midfield need to push up. And the two wingers then, either they need to go inside or they need to just push flat. And then the defence goes, the two full-backs go, and you press the game. Obviously, you can't do it all the time because they'll eventually get wind of that. I know it takes just one long ball and you're in and you're, excuse my French, you're fucked, right? So you've got to date within reason and date at certain times. And I think there's sometimes, especially against Hibs, they were kind of a wee bit at the back, slow. Big Rocky Bashir a few times, all they've got to do, bang, press. And you probably might get the ball. The goalkeeper was quite dodgy in some of his kicks. Go and press. And even my head, it's half-hearted pressing. And I don't know if some of them are potentially moving away in the summer and they're not going to get injured. And I don't know. But I'd like to actually ask the question, why are you not running hard enough? Because I can guarantee you that the analytics will show them no, because the way some of them have been running, JP, it's definitely no full pelt. And I'd like to see a change in that. See, if we don't win the game tomorrow, which I'm being honest, I don't think we will, right? But see if we see, like you mentioned, a glimpse of a better performance. Something, a really good account to take into Sunday, because one thing I don't want is today, JP, is to get layered and then going to Ibrox Sunday. It's the last thing I want. I don't want that, because we're already a bit low in confidence, not playing well. You come off the playing, Jesus, right? But then you go to Ibrox 2 days later, 3 days later, and then you need to get yourself up, and you should be up for it already. But listen, we've been there as players. Sometimes you've been hammered for 2 or 3 days. You're just, do you know what I mean? You're right in the dump. So as long as we get a good performance, mate, and we don't get leathered, then I think you get into Sunday with maybe a bit more, I don't say confidence, but a bit more about you. But the last thing I want is, mate, and I think we can all agree on this, if we don't get with the same scoreline and then you get into, you know what I mean, you just want a good performance. But I don't know what you think it, mate, but I personally, I don't want to accuse my no trying, JP, but I don't know. But there's something missing for the team, mate. There's a few things, a lot of things missing, but especially the effort levels, mate. I'm not seeing every player gone full for leather, and I don't know what that is. But I agree with Big Rab as well. No matter what we do, defensively, attacking-wise, when you've got a goalie that's not diving at his left-hand side, a goalie that wants to punch every ball, a goalie that's distribution is terrible, you've no chance, mate. You've absolute... So see, Sunday, we could be amazing, mate. We could press, we could be physical. No matter what they do, we can only take one shot to Casper's left-hand side and we're beat 1-0 and we're snookered. So I think that's why we'll touch on, I think Sinisal's got to play tomorrow, mate. Give him a shot. If he plays well, he plays on Sunday.
Yeah, in terms of the way the team press and intensity, I think watching them over the last few weeks, certainly the way we play is different for the way it was even under Brendan and under Big Ange. Now, in terms of the press, anybody can say what they like. Right? This is why I think this guy is so important for the team, because he gives you legs all day long. I've noticed a big change in the midfield since Arnie Engels has exited the midfield.
I agree with you. Mm.
He's practically a dual trigger himself because of his running intensity. Nobody matches him now. Nobody can match him. The legs he's got and the physicality level that he can run at. Not only that, mate, he's, in terms of Maeda, he's fast, he's speedy, he's got all that pace. But Engels shifts from one side to another, and then he can get back out to the other side in the one run. I've not seen him do that ever before, I don't think, right? The last person I think that was able to do that was potentially Stephen Pearson.
He was quite quick, wasn't he, as well?
He was really fast. He had good physicality. And Stan Petrov. I absolutely love Engels. I think he's amazing, man. I think he's so young. He's got lots to learn. He's got bags of potential. And I love the way he tries to do a bit of digging. I know he tries to get on a bit. I'd like to see him playing the six, to see him really disrupt play and get on the ball. I like when he's in tight. I prefer him when he's not got a lot of time to think about things, because he looks like an £11 million bargain when he does it right. Because see, when he's got more time on the ball, that's when Engels will make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, when he's not got time. See, when he knows he's got a job like that night in Atalanta. Ademola, look, man's your man, and he does not fucking move. I forgot he was playing that night, right? That's how good a job Engels done on him. And anybody that's gone JP, I think they went a bit too far there. Go back and watch the game.
No, he was different class.
He was absolutely different gravy that night. That's when I really took notice of Engels, and I went, wow, he's fit. He can get about the pitch. And I understood then why Brendan brought him to the team. Because he's having that run about you, mate, is so... It gives you a whole boost, and that's no there now. One thing I noticed on Sunday, and you can see it coming, you can start to see it coming. Oxlade-Chamberlain's got legs. I know he ran out of steam in the end, and he kind of ran out, but it was all simple stuff with him now. So he would shimmy across, get the ball, but then he would do something really good with the ball. So, but he's also in a tight area. Chawar and the boy Pat actually got to a point, mate, where the boy Paslak had to go inverted to come to him, because the boy Chawar was... I think the boy got to a point where he's like, I'm not winning this ball off him. I can't get near him. And he was spinning and he was doing that. He was lifting his head. I think it was a moment in especially second half, where he sort of looks that way and he reverse passes it through the gap. That's going to be something moving forward, mate. I think he's going to bring some real good quality there. Once he gets a bit sharper, I think he'll start covering more ground. And then that'll help to fill the void, I think, for Engels, because Chambers he's got legs. The Ox has got legs as well. He can move. And he's tough. And I think the new Ryan as well, I think there's a lot of nuances in the Celtic team. And I'm the same as you, mate. I'm not going to sit here and accuse him of no trying hard and no doing this and no doing that. But I think there's nuances there. And I think we're trying to adapt a different style, mate. I think, obviously, to playing up to Big Tam's strengths. We don't have that Kyogo speed at the top anymore, mate, to press defenders the way he used to be able to. A bit similar to Giakoumakis, because we always used to have to set up in the half press. And it's going to be similar with Big Tam, but Big Tam's a lot more mobile than Giakoumakis. Big Tam can shift. Giakoumakis was a bit slower. But what Giakoumakis was good at, mate, was Giakoumakis, he worked the box really, really well. And he knew that sort of movement, and he had the killer instinct to be in the right space at the right time. Big Tam doesn't seem to be doing that. Big Tam seems to want to link the play a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming deeper and he's going out wide instead of being that focal point in the middle. That's how I think Big Tam would really benefit from having a partner, having somebody with him, like maybe an Arajuo playing off him, somebody like that, or even Maeda if you wanted to, just say you wanted to use Yang and Tenetki, right, and you were setting up at Ibrox or whatever, you could put Maeda beside him because Maeda starts to be busy, he starts to make people think. Fernandez doesn't get the time on the ball. They're all calling him an ex-Van Dijk and everything. Man, I've watched that big guy, man. You've got to be kidding me on. And that other big boy used to play with Hearts. What's his name?
Sure.
Soapy. Big Soapy, aye. Maeda will keep these boys busy.
he got a new deal.
Aye. A 40, by the way. You seen the ticket or was a 40? No Edmonds deal or no deal?
Oh, he got a new deal, man. There's hope for us yet, by the way. Jesus.
But even at that, it's, it gives a different thought, Ryan, because they might be expecting Big Tam to start up front himself, and it's, he's not going to. Even having Amadou beside him, gives us a different option. Again, he's another tall lad as well, with a bit more in terms of physical presence, but I think there's options there, Ryan, and I think it's going to get to a point, mate, sooner rather than later, mate, where Martin O'Neill might need to start considering a formation change, because I'm with you. I don't think he's getting enough out the formation that he's trying to play with just now. Whether it's the players are not taking things on board, or the players have got to a point in the season where they're going, I don't know, we've lost that many games now. We might not win this, we might not do this, we might not do that, but I think, as Scott says there, I know about Maeda. I think, people are questioning his effort levels. And I think it's all based around, Ryan, they're not producing the same as what they have. And I think that's what it comes down to, mate. And that's when people start to criticise, and that's when people start to go, he can't be bothered anymore, he must want a beer, he must do this, and he must do that. And then the next game he'll get and he'll score 2 goals or something, or he'll do something magically, and you go, well, is he really checking out mentally, or is he really wanting away because he's doing that? So it's a hard one to really put, but I think there's certain elements, mate. I think we are missing certain players. We've got a lot of key players out the team as well, and I'm not sitting here making excuses, by the way, because we've had to come through the season without these guys. But when you add into the mix, mate, guys like AJ, even the boy Osman, mate, we've known him the last number of weeks as well, but he was kind of starting to show signs of looking promising and scored in his debut derby when he got brought on. So, what about you announce yourself with the Celtic fans, mate? And you were there, you were at hand in that day. It was a reasonably good goal, good movement, good speed, boom, goal. So, as I said, mate, we've got Osmond, AJ, Carter Vickers a big miss, massively, Ryan, in my opinion. You've also got Engels now out injured. I know he's probably going to be back now after the international break, Martin O'Neill says. You've got Jota, he's not kicked a ball this season. So this is what I'm saying, mate. We've had to come through all this with these guys missing. All you need to do is ask yourself the question: if they're all available and in the team, did it make a difference? Is it just one of these seasons, Ryan, that, no matter what we do, mate, it's just not going to happen for us? Big Rab in the comments earlier says, but this team's at the end of the cycle. That might very well be the case, mate. This just might be the season where, I have said it many a times, even on here, mate, we've had it all our own life for God knows how long. The law of averages, mate, we're due one no so great seasons, mate, out of them all, because we've been so dominant.
In terms of, listen, there's no doubt about it. If Jota, Vickers and AJ were in the team defensively, you would be more solid, and obviously going forward, you're more solid. So there've been more creativity with Jota, and I will keep saying, again, I'm only talking through experience, because I obviously had done my PCL, Jota's done his ACL. It's a similar injury to a degree, but mine was worse because it finished me right. But obviously Jota's done a bit of his cartilage as well, his meniscus.
Yeah.
please do not expect Jota to be the Jota that we've seen. He might be nowhere near the player that we had. By the way, he might not play again. There's still a possibility that he might get wee injuries here and there, and he might not get back to any rhythm at all. So, knee injuries are, you need to watch what you're doing. So, even if he has to wait to Christmas, JP,
to play again.
No, he's not told us it, mate. No,
not told you.
Even if we need to wait to Christmas, mate, then listen, it's what it is. It's a serious injury. It's not just about playing with Celtic. It's his later life as well. He's a young guy, so he's going to get that right for his own health as well. So Jota, to me, when he's back, he's back. I'm not going to dwell on him getting back because he might not even be the player that even the player that he got injured from. So Carter Vickers again, I don't think you'll sell him next year because I don't think anybody will want him because of how injury prone he is. AJ, I know we have a laugh and a joke about me selling players, but if AJ has a good World Cup and we end up potentially signing Arajuo, he might go, well, we've got competition here. If I go elsewhere by a good move, I make good money, I better move, and I might play a week. So that's another one to keep an eye on. But 100%, if you're free on your teammate, you're much stronger.
Here's one for you, right? Just when you're touching on AJ there. Do you think he needs to play for Celtic before he does for Canada?
I think he's probably got enough credit in the bank with Canada, mate, to at least get the World Cup squad. He might not play every week with Canada because obviously I'm a big believer, as much as you might be the best player, if you're no fit and no playing every week and you're no firing, the guy who's been in your place, if they're doing well, they should be took out the team, no matter how good you are. That's just the way I see it. If you're deserving to playing and you're fit, you're playing well in a rhythm, you shouldn't be took out the team. So I don't know about that.
Brian, when he's ready, AJ, do you think he'll come into the team straight away, or do you think he'll need to be a sub because of Arajuo?
I think he'll need to be a sub. You can't drop Arajuo, mate, unless it's rotation in terms of just say he's back, just say AJ's back before the split or just after the split, and you're still in the league, and you're still in the league title. You might rotate, but if Arajuo's playing well, mate, and he's I think for me, he's been the guy, especially the last 2 games, mate, like 3 games, even 4, even 5 games. He's been probably one of the only pass marks consistently. Arajuo, so
I would say big time, I know. Big time.
On the formation change, I've spoken about a few weeks ago, and I've said it. I don't think this is working anymore. This fine. I hate 4-3-3. I always have. Anybody who watches this knows I just like 4-4-2. You've got 2 up front, you've got more chance of scoring goals, and you've got more chance defensively because you've got 4 midfield, 4 defensively, and that extra guy can then defend, and you've got an extra guy going forward. That's just the way I see it. Because technically,
the way Celtic press, though, they pressed on 4-4-2 basis, don't they? But normally when Attacky's firing, he's one of the other triggers that go.
There's a reason why the formation changes when you've got 2 up front, you've got 2 guys pressing against 3 of depends how Rangers play. The way Rangers sometimes play is they're 2 fullbacks going forward, so they're basically left with Soot and Fernandes. If we're talking about Sunday, Stuttgart, we don't really know how they can alternate, as you mentioned. We don't know how they're going to play tomorrow. If they're going to just go gung ho, or they're just going to sit defence and just pop it a bit, we'll get a goal or 2. We don't know how they're going to play.
They normally, their go-to is a 4-2-3-1, but that fluctates between that and 4-3-3.
It's the same, but we don't know how they're going to play tomorrow. So we kind of knew how we were going to play last week, but now we're like, right, are they going to go defensively and just tappy and just try and get a goal or 2 and just see it out, or are they just going to go, let's embarrass them and just annihilate us? We don't know. So the formation change probably is on to Sunday's game. I would go 4-4-2. I know we'll speak about it on Friday, so I'm not going to delve into it too much, but I would just change it and just go listen, if you draw the game on Sunday, take it, keeps you in the title race. But I've said it all along, I'll say it on Friday. If we get beat, for me, the title's finished. I think if we get beat, it's done. That's just my opinion. I just can't see how you then pull yourself back up to it. And listen, other things should happen, and I could be totally wrong, but my feeling after the game will be, I think that's it.
We've got a game in hand as well, haven't we?
Aye, but it's just I think we're struggling now as to play well, JP, and then just say you go to Ibrox and just say it's a really, really bad result. how you then going to pull yourself back up? Jesus, you know what I mean? It's hard enough as it. But if you then get a draw, you then get a really good result.
We lost the game on Sunday, but certainly what helped us was them dropping points as well. That did help.
I think Sunday's well, I don't want to touch because it's about Stuttgart game, but if we come out there without getting beat, that's a positive. You build on it then. But
yeah.
I think if you lose, mate, I don't think it's going to be it's not a good outlook. But again, still a lot of football to go. It's just an initial feeling after the game. So as we go on, we can see how we go. But it'll be a massive blow, mate. And I think majority of the fan base could. I'm not saying anything that the majority is. People might not say it up front, but inside, that's a blow. That's a big blow. So. But obviously tomorrow, mate, I don't know how he's going to go with the changes and stuff. I don't know. I want to play big Tam. I think Tam's probably in terms of the new, he's probably your best striker unless your natural comes back up to form. I don't know. But in terms of formation change, mate, especially for Sunday, I think that's for the rest of the season, mate. I would just go old school 4-4-2 and just go and attack and just try and score as many goals as you can because we're probably going to concede. But I know it's micro-owned stuff here and it's crazy what I'm saying here. If you score more goals in opposition, you win the game. So just try and do what you've done with Ange. If you win the game 4-3, fuck it. Let's just go now. We need to score goals. Simple as that. So that's the way I see it, mate.
Tomorrow? 4-3?
Any type. No, I listen, if that happens tomorrow, then I'll be running about East and Glasgow naked with a lot of bleach in my hand, but it's still going to happen, is it? If we win 4-3, mate, then I think I'll be more than happy. But I think Sunday for me, like you mentioned, mate, it's probably for the first time in my life I'm probably going to say this. I'm not even that bothered with tomorrow, mate. It's just whatever happens. If we win, brilliant. I'll be buzzing. If we don't, right, cool. Sunday. I'm more focused about Sunday. Good performance tomorrow. Good account ourselves. Let's ideally even win the game if we can. But I for the first time in a long time, mate, I just can't see us. I know I said Atlanta and we beat, but I just even the more, mate, I'm that sure. I just can't see us getting anything at all, mate. And that's me being honest. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I'm a Celtic fan. Oh, maybe a bit of hope. I've not got hope of getting a result more at all. I hope I'm wrong and I've got massive egg in my face and we're coming on Friday saying what a result. I was wrong, but I think realistically, mate, I don't think I'm going to be wrong.
And just like that, folks, the phone lines are now open. If you want to see Ryan running about the East End of Glasgow with no clothes on, start your calls now. Well, I might even chuck in a skateboard or an electric scooter for you. Who knows? But that's it, Celtic. If you are listening, anybody that's watching, if you're in the hotel, boys, over in Germany, and you want to see this man doing it, get out there and get a result. And hopefully we can get something on the go. Ryan promises he's not going down the big hill at Springboig on roller skates. He's not doing that again.
When I made a result, listen, if we win 2-1, listen, I can see his potential winning the game to a degree if we play well, but it's going to take a miracle to qualify, mate. I just can't see scoring 4 goals in Germany. Maybe with Martin's old team, but I just can't see it.
By the way, if it was Martin's old team, we wouldn't be sitting here on the 4-1 deficit. No.
So, again, mate, I could kid on and like myself going, I'm really positive, right, we'll change your team and, right, we'll go. I've got to be realistic. What I'm seeing in front of my eyes, mate, and the evidence it's shown is the Morris is not going to be a good result. But you're inside. I know for a fact the more I'll turn the game on and go, maybe get an early goal and we'll see how we go. And then it goes to 1-1. Right, that's us. That's us, right. Game's done.
Three man's got to be outside the schemes, man, with a big Scotto tomorrow. He's going to be giving it loudy. He's going to be grassing people in. So don't watch a Celtic game, folks, because you don't want to watch. Sunday's the most important one. Don't watch a game.
But we'll see what happens, mate.
to the TV licensing boy. By the way, he's got a telly on there.
Aye. But we'll see what happens in morning, mate. Obviously, we'll speak about the changing and stuff, but I think we'll see what happens. But like I said, I need to be honest, mate, and I'm not going to sit and lie. But I'm not holding out much hope, mate, to be honest with you. I'm being honest, my eyes is more on Sunday than tomorrow, but we'll see how we go.
Listen, speaking to Celtic fans, my dad, speaking to other people, they're all saying the same things. Tomorrow night's more a hindrance now on the team, giving us an extra game before Sunday, and then obviously what that week's then going to give us, because obviously we've got same with yourself, Dan. Thanks for the comment, pal. Hope you're well. That week obviously you're going to Ibrox, then we've got Pittodrie, and we're back to the big house again. But this time we're bringing many of our pals because we've got a bigger allocation, which is absolutely unbelievable. I cannot believe we've wangled that, by the way. Out of all the decisions that's gone against us in Ryan, how have we managed to get that in our favour? Jesus. There is a small matter. I know we're going to go and talk team lineups and everything for tomorrow's game, but there is a small matter of the decisions, as you mentioned earlier, mate. I've not really had a chance to properly speak to someone on it. I know I was on Monday night and it was just myself with the viewers and everything else, but I honestly, I would love, Martin shed a wee bit of light for us in terms of the way it all happened. The wee guy sounds dead excited and the wee voice saying delay. I actually thought he was going to burst into song. The way Martin done it, I quite like the way Martin put it across. I am perplexed, mate, at what I heard for the gaffer. Like, what's going on? Like, what is going on, man? Like, what? So the referee goes to Martin O'Neill. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Appreciate that,
cheers,
Paul.
mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Nice wee kind donation there by Dan the man. Thank you very much. What is going on, man? The referee goes and he tells Martin O'Neill that he's just going to speak to the players. There must have been a conversation taking place, and that's what was going to happen. And then the voice in the players, the ref's ear, comes forth and starts to get animated and telling them, no, there's more to this. And I'm perplexed at how they've came to that red card, Ryan. Like, Ryan, help me out, mate, because by the way, they've set a precedent for themselves now because you were stopping the game every 10 minutes. By the way, this happened in a derby. Fernandez done this to Engels. The exact same thing, and nothing was said about it. I'm so glad, mate, that we've actually now got a manager who will go to town with his dudes about us, because it's about time somebody actually stepped forward and said something to them. By the way, wait to see what happens on Sunday. You talk about... I'm no kidding on, Ryan. You couldn't have handpicked a better circus lineup. Whose decisions was this? For something, we're not even getting onto that now. But Jesus, Johnny, this is what I'm saying, mate, about what's going on. Like, help me out, because see if that's a red card, mate, you're going to be sending play. We'll give him a 5-a-side shortly. And I agree with Martin O'Neill, by the way, because very soon we're not going to need referees.
I was at the game, and that's at my goal. That's it. I'm behind that goal, and I seen it, but I didn't see it because there were so many guys in the box. I just seen the Hibs player falling, so I was like, I just thought it was, because to be fair, Trusty, I don't know
what is he doing? Fronting the deck like that.
There was Trusty was 2 or 3 guys during the game. They were at it the full game, pushing and shoving. It happens, it's handbags, right? And listen, probably a bit of force on it, right? And Trusty shouldn't have put yourself in a situation. But like you mentioned, I don't know if it was Chamiti or Fernandez with Engels.
It was Fernandez.
The referee just spoke to him, listen, lads, fucking grow up, fucking stop it, just stand still or move a bit. And that was it, done. And the fact that the referee, as information came out after it, that the referee was just going to talk to them and go, blah, blah, I've seen it. No, it's fine. I'm going to say, listen, lads, that's enough. No, delay. We want you to come look at it. I thought VAR was only for clear novice. Now, I'm not saying this because Thurston gets sent off, right? The referee, I've said this for weeks and months ago, probably years ago now. I'm going back on myself, but I'll say it again, just for anybody who's just watching. VAR to us as fans or to the football world is for clear novice mistakes or decisions that the referee isn't maybe sure on, or he's missed, or he wants a helping hand because he maybe's no sure, right? The referee has seen this with his eye right in front of it. He's made the decision of just to speak to them to keep the corner kick. Wait there, I need to speak to these guys. They're having a bit of to and fro. Listen, lads, again, excuse my French, because this is what's probably going to be. Listen, lads, fucking grow up and fucking stop and go in the game. That's all they've been. If you keep doing it, I'm going to give you a booting. And that'll be done. So why have Ray, but no, it's violent. Come and look at the monitor, it might be more. He's seen the game. He is watching the game. They watched it from a TV, right? They've went, he's automatically now IPR. If it's a penalty, free kick, foul, whatever it is, if the referee goes to the monitor, you're thinking, unless there's been a few times the referees went, no, I'm sticking to my decision, I'm not changing that. 9 times out of 10, if they go to the monitor, you're expecting it to be either a red card or a penalty or something's going against you, right? I've not really spoken about this since obviously I was on Monday, but I can slightly understand, right? Because of the force that it's potentially maybe a red card, right? But if the referee gave that right away, some might have not had any qualms. But it's the fact that the referees went, no, I was only going to speak to him. I've seen it. No booking. Handbags, play on. And they've went, no, it's merely, no. You're not the referee. You're VAR. This is, Martin's right. By the way, I've said this about football and all. Seen about 10 years or 15 years, football will be basketball. It'll be a non-contact sport.
Right,
it's getting like that now.
I don't even think Trusty hits that boy at force. I think it just looks worse than what it actually is.
I'm not going to spend too long on it, but I just...
That's all I'm going to say, because I think it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
This is before Sunday happens, and before that. Listen, Martin O'Neill's basically come out and calling corruption. Let's be honest. I'll say it because he's not going to say it. I'm not going to get banned for it. I'm not going to get in trouble after SFA because of it. He's basically calling out saying the guy behind the ear is a Rangers fan and he's went, delay, come and send them off because my team's fucking dry. Listen, that's the way he's planned out. People will go, no, you're a conspiracy. No, that's the truth. That's what everybody wants to hear. That's what they all want people to hear, but they're not wanting to say it because Martin O'Neill can't say it. But I can say it.
My team's in a title race when he's saying
I can say it, you can say it, the viewers can say it, because we're not going to get banned. We're not going to get in front of the SFA. We're not going to get a ticking off for it. That's what he's basically says. We've got John Beaton in the V.
You'll need to withdraw that application for VAR now.
I'll need to withdraw my SFA coaching badge and I'm stupid, don't I?
You're not even going. You're not even getting an interview now, by the way.
No, listen, that's what Martin O'Neill's basically saying. And he said that about the Liam Scales.
Your number then as we speak.
He said that about the Liam Scales thing as well. It's happened for years. People know about it, man. This isn't just something that... And I will touch on obviously Sunday and Friday, but
it's all about Liam Scales. Come on, man.
Listen, I'm not going to.
How much more clearer can you need?
He didn't hold him on. He didn't hold him enough so as to a penalty. What are you talking
about? As soon as he puts his hands on him, that's infringement.
Again, listen, I'm not saying this. That was at my goal. He's fucking pulling the gun.
The two incidents are at your goal, but what I'm saying is see as soon as he motions towards doing it, mate, that's infringement.
He didn't hold him long enough. What are you talking about?
So what does he need to hold? Does he need to fucking ski at the back of him or something like that?
Mate, that's criminal. See the referee. By the way, Dude, the way I see football is, like you might say I or not. See, even by the way, wait to see it Sunday if Diamante's playing him out a pulse heel day and get away with it, right? See, as soon as you pulse somebody, a jersey, the way I've seen football, that's an automatic yellow card. Always has been.
Yeah.
So why did they know? So right away, I know they did this stuff.
Infringement as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So you're pulling somebody back.
And I know they do that stuff with jeopardy sometimes now, right? Well, some referees do it and some don't, right? They'll give a penalty and they'll do it, and some will give a booking and whatever else. If that's outside the box, it's a foul and a yellow card. So why is it not the same in the penalty box? Because Celtic are one each. His team's trying to get back into the game, and unfortunately, Celtic, they got the partner score, sending off, they ain't going to score, game's a bogey. That's the truth, but nobody's going to say it in the media because they can't. That's what Martin Neil's saying.
They can. No, they can if they wanted.
Aye, but they'll get snookered. They'll get banned.
Well, I know, I understand that there's certain ways you've got to word these things and you've got to put them, but I mean, you can say what you feel. You know, we'll
wait till Monday and we'll probably discuss before of these.
Well, Jesus, man. Telling you, man. I'll have that much steam coming off me on Monday, man. I'll look as if somebody's made me a sausage hot pot just before the podcast. I'm no kidding. Unbelievable. But it's, you know, I mean, the evidence is there. I said it Monday night, Ryan. I think you were in the comments at the time. The amount of fouls that's getting good against Celtic at the moment, mate, is phenomenal. Sean McCandless was on this a good couple of weeks ago, a number of weeks back. And after that night, he texted me privately and I had messaged him and I said, Sean, honestly, I think you had touched on something similar. And I'd say to him, Sean, honestly, watch this space. See between now and the running. See if Celtic aren't doing well or we're no performing really well. And this was before, obviously, what we're doing now. And I know we've been winning. Listen, I know Martin O'Neill's only tasted defeat there for the first time. And prior to that, we were winning and the ecstasy of scoring last minute goals and all that.
I meant to say, have you actually seen some of the transcripts for Tynecastle and Trust? Have you seen some of that?
No.
I'll see if I can find it. It's a shambles, by the way. It's pure. It's a shambles.
For the way he was sent off.
They've all got different opinions. John Beaton says, in his opinion, it's a red card. So it's no rules based on opinion. So is that what we're doing now? We're just working on what you think.
I know Willie Collins retracted his statement of that it was a correct decision. Apparently, he's now retracted that statement and says that after more investigation, etc. But this is what I'm saying, Ryan. Right? And I listened to Peter Grant go radio yesterday, mate, and I think he's bang on with money, mate. And I love listening to Peter because he really gives I know he's a Celtic fan and all that, but he's also been through it, JP.
Well. He's also been through what he some of the guys.
Right, it was rife when he was younger, mate. See,
that's
when he
what I'm saying.
Celtic, mate, the cheating going on there was unbelievable.
They know. they know what it's all about.
Aye. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there was the one with Austin Trusty, and I think last season the one remember the one on Nicholas Kuhn, etc. and blah blah blah. And he said, well, if you're going to call that out, you need to call everything out. You can't just pick and choose what you want to call out here. But it's, that's the thing, Graham. I've seen Graham's comment there just as I was just about my next train of thought. That's the thing. There's been games at Celtic haven't had the possession, but yet fouls are getting given against us. So we have, if obviously you're watching Celtic, etc., we've had to change and adapt a different style here. So we've had to give up possession in some of our games. So, like say against Motherwell, we played a different way. So Motherwell had all the possession. I think it was elements of the Hearts game. We never had possession. We were willing to give that up. I know we ended up with a draw that day, but we were running twice in that match. But there's been games this season, Ryan, even against Bologna, we didn't have all the possession.
By the way,
so games, mate, where we've had to drop a percentage in terms of the possession just to try and get a that's it right there. But Ryan says, that's it right there. I've noticed this over the last few weeks. And by the way, I could go and find examples of play and obviously put it up as a video for folk to highlight what I'm speaking about. The break up and play from the way the refs are blown for fouls now is disrupting Celtic's flow.
JP,
I think that's part of it. I know, by the way, fundamentally, don't think I'm trying to make excuses here because I'm not. Celtic aren't playing as well as they should be or they can be. Certainly not. I'm not saying that. But this isn't helping either. These things are, these things are also happening in there as well, Ryan. So it becomes even more difficult, mate, when that's happening.
But see what you're saying again. Sorry to cut you in, but what you were saying was bang on what I'm going to hang here, right? It's not just about Celtic, right? It's the refs in general. The game at Tynecastle, Hibs game, Hart scored the winner for a fibble. It wasn't a fibble, it was a ghost fibble.
Yeah.
That didn't go to VAR either. So where was it clearing all these guys there? Only VAR for
I said this on Monday, by the way. I said I'm not just sitting here going, this is all about Celtic. And
the referees in general, JP, are getting worse. They're getting worse. And the VAR, that's clearing the obvious the referees missed. Why did they not go back and change? Oh, listen, that foul we gave. I know they might not be able to date and change the game, but
I don't know if it would help them going full time. I don't know if they would, because I listened to Jens Askew and he was talking about it, and he says he thinks they would benefit for being full time because it would give more time for training. It would give more time for them to learn.
But this is it. This is a right, JP.
It's been switched on 2 weeks ago, Ryan. You know what I mean? It's not something they've been doing this for a number of years now, and they've got a technology there, Ryan, that helps.
But what's annoying me is, mate, they're looking at these things on no gain them. It's the rise. It's is it? Yeah. Do they need to be fitter and they need to be in positions better, a lot better? But they're looking.
I don't know if it's a positioning of them on the field. They need training on it. I don't know what it could come under. However, when a referee tells Martin O'Neill that he was going to speak to the players, and then he obviously, I'm suggesting just now, Ryan, I don't know how you feel, for Martin O'Neill to say what he said in that presser today, and I've heard that wee bit of the audio about the voice in his ear, delay. I'm assuming Martin's heard the audio, so he's obviously heard that back to know what's going on. So he's speaking there from an informed opinion. He's heard what's happened, and it's obviously quite alarming to him because he's felt strong enough to come out and give a view on it today. He's done it in a way, Ryan, where I think he'll be okay. I don't think he can. There's not much that can get done. I do agree with you. I think, well, this is it. Martin O'Neill's going to get sanctioned now.
What's this? Friday morning, banned for the touchline on Sunday.
There we go. By the way, we're no campaigning for that, but we're not surprised if it does happen.
See if that happens, then everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on.
Aye. I actually think if that happens, mate,
that's done. The game just get up.
You'd as well just okay, whatever. Game's a bogey because it's one of the ones. It's there is clear evidence. There is clear evidence that you can, if you go and do your due diligence, go and check it all out. Don't just take my word for it. There is definite evidence there that there is really, really glaring issues. Really glaring. All these pundits and everybody all talking about it, Ryan, they're not all saying these things because they think, I'm just going to fill a void for a wee minute or two here because this might sound good in a moment. Plunge, I don't know what's going on, mate, if you're using your phone device tonight or your iPad or what's going on, man, but you're sending us in hundreds of cartoon emojis that you're going to put me and Ryan into I think you're trying to put us into a world of ecstasy alone, mate, just with these mad colours that you're sending in. I don't know what's going on, mate. The only reason I'm saying it is, Brian, is because I've never seen Plunge do this before in the comics. So he's normally saying something or he's normally doing. So it's I don't know what all these wee emojis are meaning. I don't know if he's referencing maybe the referees, the decisions or whatever. But I don't know. I reckon Plunge's phone's maybe been hacked by John Beaton or something like that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening here. But
that's what I'm saying. See what you're saying. I know we'll touch on the team lineups for Thursday, but I'm not saying that any referee goes onto a park against Celtic, Rangers, Hibs, Hearts, whoever it is, when allegiance, right, and they're fair as they can, right, but we all know what some referees are, like David Dickinson, John Beaton, are glorified Rangers fans. When and what country, obviously we know down south, they can't referee the team that they support or their rival team, etc. Right? So if you support Sunderland, you can't referee Newcastle or Sunderland, which it's brilliant, right? You've got a glorified Rangers fan refereeing a Glasgow derby.
Aye.
It doesn't matter. He's still going to go and do his job as fair as he can, but it's still no right.
No, he's not.
No, but
he's not.
It's still no right.
By the way, he refereed the game with the goalie save with Connor Goldson. He was a ref. By the way, he's a ref. And he told Callum McGregor it wasn't up to him.
Was he the referee as well at Ibrox when Ralston get hoffed into? There was three or four players got absolutely milled. Aye, they all, and then it went to the panel and they went, "No, they were fine." You're fucking joking, man.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
But anyway, we'll deal with that on Friday.
Listen, obviously, I'm not saying I'm not saying this is just a Celtic thing, by the way. There's real no, Ian, you're bang on. I was just about to go on and say this. It's happening everywhere. It's not just a Celtic thing. This happens everywhere. And like Ian says there, I think any kind of sport level, Ryan, with high money involved. Listen, I've always said, mate, anything that's man-made is corrupt. I've always said it, mate. So anything that's made by man is corrupt. So, to an extent, I'm not accusing any individuals here. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. But I've always said that when I was young, Ryan. Always. I've always been that kind of minded with that. So, in terms of corruption and favouritism and this, that, and the next thing, it goes on everywhere. I quite liked the Dermot Gallagher one when he was on Sky, and I think it was Stan Collymore, it might have been on with him that day. And Stan says to him, "Hold on, Dermot," he says, "You've refereed Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, blah, blah, blah. All the refs down here have got to announce who their team are. Who's your team?" Like, trying to get it out of him, kind of thing. And he went, "You don't need to worry about me." He says, "None of their teams are mine." And Big Collymore's like that. "You can't let us into who, is that a secret?" He went, "No." He says, "There is only one team for me, Celtic."
Aye.
And right away, I think it might have been Richard Keys. That's how, no, it wasn't Richard Keys, wasn't he? It's, I can't remember who the host was. Can't mind now. But, aye. So, that was a nice wee insight to how things are. But as you say, Ryan, down there they've got to announce, who they are. Heather, thanks very much for tuning in. But thanks very much for joining us and giving us a wee view and a wee like. I hope you're out somewhere nice. I hope you're doing something lovely, and you're looking forward to the game tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. I've not, by the way, Heather might be related to my granny because I've not heard MD call slithering. I've not heard somebody say that for years. I'm pretty sure there's a B in there somewhere, right enough, but could be wrong. I think it's slithering instead of slithering. But again, Heather might be for the north of Scotland rather than the they tend to announce or pronounce things differently for down here, Ryan, in the highs and the lows of Glasgow, mate.
No, I've never heard it before. I'm not sure. So, used to me.
You've not
mate.
heard the word slethering?
Slethering?
Aye, slethering.
Don't know what it means,
No.
mate. No, I've not got a clue. No, used to me,
I've
mate.
heard of it, but usually people say slethering. They don't normally say the kind of... Even saying the word slethering, my brain's kind of gone, JP, what you doing? Know what I mean? Like, stop talking like that. You don't talk like that, big man. You're meant to be... You're from Glasgow. So, that is what it is. Listen, I don't know who Heather was referring to. Hopefully it was me, because she's probably right. She's probably right. I do tend to go a wee slaver now and again. You should see me eating spaghetti noodles, man. It's absolutely brilliant. You want to see somebody slavering? Come back at 10:30. You see a lot of slavering. Me man knows a bit about the old slavers. But right, on to teams, Ryan. So give me your team for the 5:45 kickoff tomorrow.
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because you want to go strong this time of the day. You still want to put a team out that can try and get a result at least. I'm going to go Sinisalo on goals. I think he'll play Kobe Donovan at right back. I don't think he'll play Ralston. I think he'll go Dane Murray and Trusty. And I think he'll play Sriracha at left back. In the middle of the park. I don't want him to play Callum, but I think he will. I think
you played him against Auckland Talbot,
I know,
man. Come on,
I know.
Stuttgart.
I think it will be McGregor, McKibben, and Hatate. And I think it will be Adamu. Out wide. Who does he do out wide? I'm just going to go because I think he'll rest people. I'm not saying this is what he's going to do. I'm just thinking just to try and rest people. Maybe Forrest out wide and either Yang or Taneki will play. One of them will play out left, I think, possibly JP. But that's probably the only decision I think he's probably have to make, who he plays out wide. Mm-hmm. Does he think Forrest good enough to play at this level anymore? Or will he bring him off the bench? I don't know, but I think we'll need to use the wingers a lot on Sunday. So I'd rather Yang, as much as for the first time in my life, I'm saying we actually need Yang now. Because on Sunday, we'll touch on Friday. I'm not going to mean my team for Friday, but I think Maeda might need to play a big role on Sunday as well. So I'll go with Taneki and Forrest, and I'll kind of give my team a bit for Sunday, but I would keep Maeda and Yang for Sunday.
Right. Okay. I think Martin O'Neill, non-Martin, I think this is what he'll do. I think he'll start off with Johnny Gould goals.
Rab Douglas.
Rab Douglas, aye. And I think he'll go with Agat, Volhan, Baldy and Ulrich Lawson. Or Big Stefan Honcho's one of the two. No, I think he might start Sinisalo. I think you could be onto something there, Ryan. I think Kobe Donovan will start. I think he'll play Dane Murray and Trusty. I think he'll play Sriracha. Midfield, I think he will play McGregor. I think he'll play Bernardo and McCowan. That's what I think he's going to go with in the midfield. And I think he will play Forrest, Yang, and Arajuo. I think that might be the forward line tomorrow. And once they won the game 4-0, I think they might start the game on Sunday for us, I know. By the way, could you picture something stupid happening and we're all sitting here and then listen, I'm only talking hypothetically here. I'm no thinking that's what's going to happen, but if that happens tomorrow and they go and win like 4-0, 3-4-0, I know it's not going to happen, but if that was to happen, then Jesus, man, that's got to be the team for Sunday.
I don't want to see Dean Murray Ibrox, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it in Stuttgart, but I might have to see it in Stuttgart.
I'd rather they played in Stuttgart than they did on Sunday.
I know.
And then when the game's finished, just leave them earlier for a booze cruise.
Just go to the gym and bars, enjoy yourself. Then I'll see you next Monday.
We're having a beer festival there in Stuttgart, man. You get there and enjoy, man.
Then you don't. We've got Arthur and we've got Scales. Just you go enjoy yourself.
Dane, no plane. That could be a headline for Monday's podcast. Dane, no plane.
Dane, no plane.
Dane, no plane.
But no, listen,
Glasgow Airport, that's my boss on a way. Go and give me peace.
Like it says, mate, as what it is. We'll just, I think it's for me, it's just give a good account of ourselves. Listen, if we try and win the game, at least it'd be a positive. Listen, if we can go off, listen, if we have one of the best nights in European history in recent times, it'd be amazing. But I just need to take away my Celtic specs and my Celtics in my heart. I need to just go realistically. I really can't see us getting anything tomorrow. I really hope I'm wrong, but you've got to look at the evidence in front of you, JP, and like you said, changing the team. Mm-hmm. I think it's only one way, mate. It's a Stuttgart win, but I really hope I'm wrong, and we can go and put a count ourselves and potentially get a result. But we'll just see what it is, mate. And then, to be honest, mate, as soon as the game's finished, it'll be half and it'll be right Sunday. How can we go and get a result Sunday?
Yeah, 100%, mate. I totally agree with you. I know it's all right having a laugh and a carry on and all that, but I think that's where we are now, mate. I think that's the point of the season we're at now. If you don't laugh, you'll greet. I think that's became the thing now, you know. It's been a mental roller coaster a season for us, and it's just one of those things, you know. I agree with you, Ryan. I think if you lose a game on Sunday, it becomes even more difficult. You give yourself an absolute mountain. I'm probably not going to be the most favourite in the building just now, but I actually think a draw doesn't do any harm, considering you've got a game in hand and you've also got a return leg to then get them back at Celtic Park as well as we get into the split, along with a Hearts team as well. So, yeah, obviously Sunday wasn't great, mate, losing the game. Again, there was obviously mitigating circumstances why that then materialised. But again, mate, it's you know, tailor-made Celtic this season, man. You're no, even the chances you're creating, you're not taking them. We're not clinical enough in certain moments where we should be. And I don't want to say should be, but you know what I mean. A Celtic team that we're used to watching, we'd have a lot more goals just now. We'd be flying. We'd be, you know, and it could be the fact that it's just one of those seasons. You know, it could be one of those seasons. Who knows, mate? There's still a bit to go, so hopefully we can still get there. But as I say, 5:45. If you are going to Stuttgart, folks, please enjoy yourself as much as you can.
Just drink as much beer as you can. You might need it.
Ryan's just asking you now. Just get a hold of Dane Murray and just keep him there so he's not there for Sunday. But I'm only kidding, Dane. I'm sorry, mate. I'm only having a laugh. I'm only kidding. I really don't mean that to sound so hastily. That's terrible.
1 minute and he's getting the ball to park.
Dude, man. 1 minute and he scored another own goal. Same at time.
Get him off.
Aye, get him off. He should be tested. I think he's still got alcohol.
Get him out.
He was seen in the nightclub at 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday. In Stuttgart. With a face mask of Ryan Kent on him. Get him off.
I get him off.
But no, as I say, it's just one of the ones. We'll just need to wait and see what's going to materialise. But as I said, folks, thank you very much to everybody that's tuned in with us in the chat. Yep. Thanks to Heather for a lovely wee comment and the part in me as well. As I say, all reviews do help with the channel, boost the channel, give the channel a wee boost. If you are new and you like what you've heard from myself and Ryan tonight, please hit the subscribe button. It is totally free. We don't do any payments or charges or anything at all. It is totally free. and we certainly will be indebted to you forever, the way we are with everybody. I do apologise, I've not been able to get through everybody's comments tonight. As I said, the phone lines are open. If you do want to see Ryan skating about the East End of Glasgow in the Scud, then the phone lines are now open. And Ryan will, on Friday's podcast with Barry Bannon joining us, Ryan will disclose what item he's going to be using when he does this. Is it going to be roller skates? Is it going to be a skateboard? Is it going to be a bike? Or is it going to be an elliptical scooter?
By the way, if Thursday goes the way that I think it might go, I might need to do it Sunday and all. So just, if you see a wee guy running about a pink leotard on Monday, you know it's me.
Anyway, all you need to do is look for a Paw Patrol bike with a squeaky toy to side it.
I bought a bleach to the side of my horn. Bought a bleach to the back of me. If you don't laugh,
he get done with the Polish in Duke Street 2 weeks ago, man, and put his light on, man. It turns out it was a strobe light. The guy gave him a line, man. Says Weckham on the box.
Weckham,
aye. He's on the bike. I know it's got a map behind it. It says "Home Sweat Home."
Home Sweat Home.
But no, take care, folks. It has been enjoyable being on again with you. So if you are going to Stuttgart tomorrow, try and enjoy it as much as you can, because it will be the last European outing we have this season. But passports are back in the drawer. But yeah, so we'll see you again on the next one, folks. Take care. Hail, hail.
Bye bye.
That's